Police called to an elderly couple's home are left in awe after opening the garage. It's practically human nature to hold on to a whole bunch of useless stuff that no one really needs. Old clothes, surplus dishes, or whatever's sitting in the garage. Obviously, we aren't all as bad as some of the people featured on Hoarders, but it's rare to find a household without at least one stuffed closet or miscellaneous drawer. An elderly couple, however, kept some very unusual contents in their garage that made them pretty unique and potentially very rich. And when police were called to their house, they had no idea what would be lurking behind the pretty facade of the pair's suburban dwelling. Pierre and Danielle Le Guenec were a typical couple on the outside. They'd been married for decades and lived out a peaceful existence in their French town. But underneath the mundane appearances, they were hiding something truly sinister. See, back in the 1970s, Pierre held an impressive post. He worked as the personal electrician to famed artist Pablo Picasso. Toiling away in Picasso's legendary French villa, it was a gig he couldn't complain about. He also loved his proximity to greatness. Picasso, of course, is one of the most respected artists of all time, known especially for his blue period and as being the creator of the popular art style Cubism. The painter's grandson, Olivier Widmeyer Picasso, bestowed a reverent comment on his late relative, calling him the first rock star in the artist world. Family is always biased, but this seems pretty close to the truth. And the sales spoke for themselves. Astoundingly, Picasso's most expensive painting, La Femme de Alger, sold for a mind-boggling $179,365,000 at auction. Art certainly shouldn't be judged based solely on how much it's worth on the market, but still, this is where Pierre comes back to the story. In 2010, to the shock and surprise of literally everyone, he revealed that he had been gifted a large collection of the late artist's work. The couple's next move set off a wild series of events. The Le Guenecs boldly decided to approach Picasso's son, Claude Ruiz Picasso, to ask him if he would authenticate their collection as being genuine. Claude's suspicions were immediately raised, particularly due to one detail that just seemed off. None of the works were signed or dated. This was an instant red flag. Claude knew his father, and he always signed and dated works that he gave away as gifts. It seemed as though the elderly electrician's story wasn't adding up. Claude felt sure enough about his suspicion that he actually went to the police. The elderly couple had no idea what was coming for them, but they were in for an awful surprise. Sure enough, 3 days later, the cops showed up at the pair's residence. They opened up the garage door and slowly shuttled all the art out of the building. They were officially under investigation, and the accusations were serious. The duo stuck to previous claims that their pieces had simply been a generous gift from Picasso himself, rather than stealing the works nefariously. They'd been rewarded with them as a thank you for their years of service. Among the pieces confiscated were works from his blue period, Cubist collages, lithographs, and sketchbooks dating from between the years 1900 and 1932. You could call these priceless cultural artifacts, but in fact they're worth a monumental amount of money. In total, estimates concluded that the entire trove of artwork found in the Le Guenec's garage was worth between $74 and $98 million. Considering the stakes involved, it's no wonder this was such a heated case. The two sides fought for nearly 10 years. Claude Picasso always stayed true to his story, saying the couple had wrongfully taken the art. However, curiously enough, Pierre's story changed over the years. At one point, Pierre recanted his previous claims, instead saying that the artist's widow, Jacqueline, had actually come to him after Picasso's death, asking him to hold on to the treasured pieces. But what was the truth? According to Pierre, he stored 12 entire garbage bags worth of art for Jacqueline until she eventually asked for them back. Out of kindness, she let the couple keep some paintings for themselves. But why, people wondered, had she wanted the art hidden in the first place? If you ask the Le Guenecs, it's because she wanted to prevent her stepson and Picasso's son, Claude, from getting their hands on the masterpieces. In 2010, the couple was found guilty and given suspended jail sentences of 2 years, meaning they wouldn't have to serve any real time if they followed the straight and narrow. This wasn't the end of the strange saga, though. The Le Guenecs were so adamant about proclaiming their innocence in the whole matter that they actually appealed the case, And so the story continued. Ultimately, the pair lost their appeal. Jean-Jacques Noir, the Picasso family lawyer, had some choice words for the duo. He called their sentencing a triumph of truth. This wasn't all he would come out with. Check out these other videos from Let Me Know. If you haven't made the move to subscribe to our channel, all you need to do is click on that red subscribe button. Thank you for watching.